people say that it is so impossible. Yeah, impossible. Yeah, impossible.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're finally going to get to hear Jaheim sing a song. He's talking about impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, it is impossible for anybody not to have recognized how great this was of an idea. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. The hour-style money order. Is it legal or is it fake? Is it against the law? Is it illegal? Is it a violation of any code? Let's find out. So many people have had opinions. They have not been able to state a single fact to this very day. Not a single law has anybody ever been able to come up with to say that this item right here is illegal and that it is not a negotiable instrument. Ladies and gentlemen, we were told that it's not a real money order. So let's do this. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man, we were talking today. I gave him some advice, free, did not charge him for it. He called me, gave him my time, because that's what I do. And he was talking to me about child support. Told him we have a child support department. We put out flyers telling everybody, hey, we're going to help discharge child support. Did not get one single inquiry. So I figured nobody cared. Nobody was interested in getting rid of child support. Oh, but now you're going to be interested. Now you're going to be contacting us. Now you're going to be asking questions. It's okay. It's okay. We understand. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. I put the March 9, 1933 Act in this document and the Act of May 12, 1933. What is this act? Well, this is the act where the government acknowledges that you have the right to life. And you have the right to your necessities, that it is not a privilege, that it is not a benefit, but it is a right. And that government is there to supply your necessities. Now, this act right here says that, y'all ain't got no more rights. We done took that away. Okay? It'll be impossible that I can't even breathe. Can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, March 9, 1933, the Emergency Banking Relief Act, or what is an emergency banking issue? That's called bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is an emergency. Okay, it is the only emergency banking issue you can have. Why? Because nothing else is an emergency. And they document throughout that the Presidential Proclamation, 2038, 2039, that there was an emergency, a grave emergency, a serious emergency. Why? Because they were bankrupt and they couldn't pay their creditors. So they created, it took only a little bit of time, 1917 to 1930. It took a little bit of time for the bankers to implement their plan, something that they have been planning for years to do. So what did they do? They withdrew money from the system. They withdrew access to gold and silver from the system. Imagine that. They caused the Great Depression. Amazing, ain't it? So when they did that, and they took gold out of the system, what did they say to y'all? What did they say? Come on now. Anybody want to talk to me about what they say? They said, look, y'all, we're going to give y'all a new deal. What type of new deal? Well, we're going to take care of y'all. Y'all ain't even got to worry about nothing. We're going to pay your bills. And if you want to work, you can, but you don't have to. What? You going to put us on welfare? No, it ain't called welfare. This is called the New Deal. That's right. We wouldn't put y'all on welfare. We don't want another civil war. No, we're not going to force y'all on no welfare. No, we are going to create a new system. See, that last system didn't work. You saw what it did to the whole economy and did to the whole world. It affected the whole world. So we're going to create a new system. We're going to give y'all pieces of paper. It's going to be called emergency script. But the banks, they're going to give it a different name. They're going to call it Federal Reserve notes. Now, we didn't authorize them to use Federal Reserve notes. We said Federal Reserve banknotes. But we're going to let them do Federal Reserve notes. And we ain't going to say nothing. We're going to pretend we don't see that. So what do y'all got to do? Well, y'all just get to go on about y'all business and use that script however you need to. Because y'all minors. So y'all going to play with the monopoly money while us grown folk, we play with the real money, okay? Y'all go play. All right, see y'all later. Lemonade, got some right there on the counter. Y'all go help yourselves. Now, y'all get enough nourishment. That's what government did. I got to download this phone. This is my banking statement. You know, so I got to do that. See, offer a settlement. This is the website sitting right here. Those of you who need to have access to the files and documents, they're on SAAlimited.com. Please feel free to go there and take a look. We got a couple of things we need to take a look at first, okay? The first thing is we typed in Google. I was looking for the Chapter 8 document. The Chapter 8 document is the U.S. bankruptcy document you'll find in the PDF section of the site. It's literally entitled U.S. Bankruptcy, no spaces, all one word. But this is by Moses G. Williams, Washington. Look, I'm going to see if I can copy this and put it in YouTube and see if we can copy, because this is a copy from the site. Now, you notice this was 2003 that they were talking about this. Okay, so let's see what we can pull up right here. No, wait a minute. No, don't do that. We don't want that. We don't want that. We want to go up here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mrs. Stone. Joss Stone. I like the young lady. I literally think she can sing. I'm actually kind of proud of her. You know what I'm saying, Vern? So we're going to look for this document, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we pull up with this document. Somebody lying to her, y'all. They shouldn't be lying to her. Exemption documents, Moses G. Washington, 2004. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you don't hear me giving any disclaimers that this is for entertainment purposes only. No, there is only one thing that I tell you. Hey, guys, ladies, gentlemen, it's U.S. bankruptcy, the truth sets us free. That's where the document is, and it's Chapter 8 of that particular website. Let's take a trip to that website, if y'all don't mind, because it's that important to me that I show y'all this document. I would show it to you in my Microsoft Word. No, I can't play this song because they say a word in this song. We don't get to play that word. Okay. Yeah, I can do another Joss. I did do a lot of her songs, so I am promoting the young lady because, like I said, she can sing. Now, this just downloaded the PDF. Okay, so let's go to the PDF. I should have just clicked on it. You know what? Where are you at? Right here. You have obsolete. No, I don't care about no obsolete. We ain't doing nothing else. Y'all gonna just deal with it. Let me pull up that document so we can get to it. See, normally it would take me to the site, but it took me to the PDF. So let's see if I can get. No, I don't want to do all that. Like I said, the woman can sing, y'all. Come on now. Now, I could go here, but their documents, they are rich text documents, and I don't want rich text because text ain't rich. Okay, the truth sets us free. That's what I want right there. Come on now. The truth sets us free. Okay, give me my right click. But I still haven't gotten to where's the proof that the hour style money orders are. Well, don't you understand, ladies and gentlemen? You can't just get there. You have to see how we got there. So let's show you how we got there. We've talked about so much. You guys need to understand. I don't even know what this is. The truth. Oh, the truth sets us free. John the 8th chapter verse 32. Jesus says you'll know the truth and the truth will set you free. So oh Lord, that's, oh look at that. And I even say, oh Lord. No, that is not the reason I put that up there. I didn't even envision that happening. Lord have mercy. I put it all together as one word. See, I don't remember if it was .org or thetruthsetsusfree.com. Okay. Now, see, guys, this song right here by Joss Stone. The woman can sing. Give her credit because she can sing. Now, if some of you say, no, she don't know how to sing, you're a hater and you ain't got no business being here. Okay, we're not looking for redemption of straw man. I know some of y'all gonna want to come here. We're looking for this document right here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they even have modern money mechanics. Buying a house from owner to tenant. They even tell you about the whole home process. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want to talk to y'all about. I don't want to talk to you about all those other subjects. See, it ain't even gonna open up for me. It's the page. I want the page. There was a page, and you know what? There's a possibility that they took that page down and they just did the PDF because it wasn't a PDF before. Okay, so, and it has been a couple of years. So that's, oh God. No, I don't want to read how to integrate it. I gotta go to my file manager. I thought I could download it. Downloads. I thought I could, but it just couldn't. So I apologize for going through that routine. See, my statements. Uh-oh, it ain't here. It didn't download. So I'm gonna have to go to another browser and download this. Give me 1 second. You guys ain't gotta wait for me. Me and Josh, we're gonna take off, but we'll be right back, okay? Well, at least I'll be right back. She's gonna be over. 1 second. Hey, she's got my picture hanging on the wall, y'all. Now, y'all know who this is, don't y'all? This is Marvin and Tammy. Miss Terrell, y'all. They don't move me. They don't groove me. Now, it did download, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to open it up in PDF Exchange. And when it pops up, then we'll be able to go over that document. So while we're waiting for that to happen, let's go to where we started, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to do this just yet. We're going to do, because I want you guys to follow me. I want you to go exactly where I went. I want you to type in the exact same information, money order, hyphen, legal definition. Do that in Google. You will pull up this. A money order is a negotiable instrument requiring the issuer to pay a certain sum of money on demand at a specific person or organization. They are payable on demand in cash, and they are generally accepted means of payment. So that's what a money order is. It's a negotiable instrument under the... Oh, God, I just lost the word. God, I cannot... I know the word and everything. I even know the act for which money orders, but I cannot think of it right now because I've been saying it all day. Negotiable Instruments, Bill of Exchange Act. Sorry. Dang it. A Bill of Exchange Act is where they get their power, not from the UCC, Negotiable Instruments definition. But the general definition of negotiable instruments money order falls under. Now, Congress cannot regulate money orders. Do you know why Congress does not have the authority to regulate money orders? Because Congress didn't create it. The executive branch created it. And guess what? The executive branch doesn't have the authority to regulate anything. What you talking about? Only Congress can make law. The First Amendment, this is I care about you, and this is Casey and JoJo. Ladies and gentlemen, only Congress gets to make law. Only Congress can make regulation. No, no, they need a congressional act to make an administrative regulation, thus the Administrative Procedures Act. Okay, but that's the 1940s, the late 1940s. Money orders have been around since the 1800s. They were invented by the United States Postal Service, or Post Office, excuse me, Post Office, not service. So the Post Office invented money orders. Yeah, postal money orders. That's why they're still to this day backed by gold. Okay? Whoa. You ain't supposed to be disconnected. It said disconnected. Where you at? I don't know how I got disconnected. Y'all, give me a second to find out why I got disconnected from my VPN. Y'all, excuse me. Now, look, before I go on, let me explain something to you. This is Casey, JoJo, and Babyface, okay? Forgot to mention Mr. Edmonds, okay? But Babyface, Casey, and JoJo, I care about you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Setup VPN. It's free. And when you do when the VPN starts up, it allows you to protect yourself by adding the WEBRTC lock. Just click on it. You'll see it when it starts up. It's another download. It goes into your browser, and it's only $50 a month if you decide to get the premium. But I've been testing them out. This one right here, I like. So am I promoting them? Yes, I am. Because they give you this service for free. Now, it shut down because it wasn't in my Firefox browser. It's on the other computer, just not on this one, so I have to add it. And so I'm gonna let it do what it do, because I don't care about the VPN right now. I'm not doing anything to be needing a VPN. The truth sets you free. Let's go back to this. Well, no, we got to go back. We're gonna make sure that you guys understand the page did download on, and we're gonna go here in a minute. Okay, we're not there yet. What we're gonna do? Hey, baby, one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, Babyface, Casey, and JoJo, formerly of Jodeci. That's right, Casey and Jodeci. No more Jodeci. D'Angelo. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and talk about a money order. What is, and it's not a money order. Now, I need you guys to follow me, because we need to determine whether or not the our style money orders, because they are styled that way, they are called money orders. Why? Because when people were doing the A for V, I had just come onto the scene doing A for V. Did not find out about the A for V. Back in the day when I was doing what I was doing, educating people about law and educating people about what was really going on, the A for V process wasn't talked about open like we were doing it. No, that was a secret. You had to know somebody, and you had to pay a lot of money to even be a part of that. They sent them money orders out without letting you know what was in them. And I said money orders. See, they did all that signing and everything without telling anybody. And they charged people for that. And they made a a lot of money. A whole lot of money doing it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please understand something. Those are not the people I hung around. See, if you were going to overcharge me, I didn't want to have nothing to do with you. And I had quite a few people who knew about these things, but they kept it to themselves because they were afraid of somebody taking their idea. Well, it's not your idea, moron. You got it from somebody else, and you're making a profit off of it. You see, that's why I can't do things like that. Now, although when you hear me talk about stuff like this, I didn't get this from anybody else other than my God, but I didn't get it from anybody else. No other man came to me and gave me an education on this. Like I said, I cannot explain anything other than the fact that I know what I know. This is what I know. So let's do the education. And now, as you notice, turn the music off for just a second. It'll be back on in a minute. But I just want you all to get this point. A money order is a certificate usually issued by a government. Pay attention to this word. This is like General Lee. Okay, this is his cousin, not his wife. This is his cousin. This is the usury. This is the usury. Somebody who's just taking advantage. Usually issued by a government or a banking institution will go back and pay attention to Proclamation 2039, where it documents that you are a banking institution. Shh, don't tell nobody. That allows the stated payee to receive cash, the person that's being paid. You're the payor if you're paying. The person who's being paid is the payee, to receive cash on demand. A money order, that's why it's paid to the order. That's the endorsement. Paid to the order is an endorsement. It is not the signature. The signature has never been an endorsement. You've been lied to if you thought it was an endorsement. Go ahead and look up the word endorsement, both with the E and with the I, and you'll see it's not the signature. As a matter of fact, Title 7, Code of Federal Regulations, Title 7 Code of Federal Regulations, 1907.508 at I let you know that the endorsement is the pay to the order of without recourse section. That's why they endorse your money order. They endorse your checks. They endorse, pay attention, your mortgage notes. That endorsement is so that they can receive payment. Shh, don't tell nobody. You all should be bringing, when they're putting you in court, trying to foreclose on you, you should be bringing that mortgage note saying, "Excuse me, Your Honor, they've already been paid." What, you guys don't know what an endorsement is? Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. A money order is a certificate, usually issued by a government or banking institution, that allows endorsement, the stated payee endorsement, to receive cash on demand, paid to the order of. That's the endorsement. That's what allows the payee, the endorsement, to receive cash on demand. So many of you are going into court and you're seeing it without recourse, but you're not bringing to the court's attention, "Excuse me, here's proof that they've already been paid." This is an endorsement. This endorsement, a negotiable instrument, and this is a note. It's a negotiable instrument. This endorsement shows that they have already been paid. If they've already been paid, why are we here? If they have already been paid, if this note has already been paid off, that's what the endorsement stamp is, showing it's evidence that it's already been paid. That's a money order, people. Shh, don't tell nobody. Let's continue. A money order's function, or money order functions much like a check, in that the person who purchased a money order may stop payment. The person who purchased a money order may stop payment. Huh. Oh yes, you can call in and say, "Hey, I need you to put a stop payment. I lost that money order." But they're talking about the money orders at Nick's Check Cashing, and the money orders at MoneyGram, and the money orders at Western Union. As a matter of fact, I haven't even heard of Western Union lately. Don't even know what's going on with that place. With all this lockdown stuff, anybody heard about Western Union lately? So let's see if we can find out some things, because we got the definition for money order. Let's find out how money orders work. You guys mind? See, much like a check, a money order is a paper form of payment. Now, unlike a check, a money order can't bounce. No bounce to the ounce. It cannot bounce. Ain't that something? That's because you purchased a money order with cash or another guaranteed form of payment, such as a traveler's check or debit card. No. Pay attention. This is one of those general words again, such as. It's not specific. It just gives two things: traveler's check or debit card. Now, pay attention to the next statement. You cannot purchase a money order with a personal check or a credit card. Why not? Why not? Because they came up with rules for the money orders issued by financial institutions such as banks so that they couldn't do what the post office does. Okay? That's what they did. Now, let's go on. Forbes. Forbes is saying that right up there. So I just want you guys to know, this is what Forbes says. This is Forbes.com. You remember Mr. Forbes? Ran for president, that Forbes? Yeah. He's telling you what a money order is, that it can't bounce. So they can't get you for writing a fraudulent document because the reason why it can't bounce because it doesn't need to be backed by funds. A money order is not backed by funds. But it says right here that they purchased it with money. You did. Or another form of guaranteed form of payment. What's the other form of guaranteed form of payment, people? What's the other guaranteed form of payment, people? Let me show it to you in the equitable redemption contract. The other guaranteed form of payment is that you are a citizen of the United States of America and the United States Department of the Treasury has a redemption account. The same as stated at 12 U.S.C. 411. You give a coupon that is legal tender. Now remember, we are going to prove to you that the money order is a legal tender. Just need y'all to follow me. You give that legal tender to the Treasury, and the Treasury is supposed to redeem that legal tender. Or the Federal Reserve Bank or any member bank of the Federal Reserve are supposed to redeem that legal tender under 12 U.S.C. 411. Hold on now. Don't y'all run ahead of me because we ain't there yet. Now, you cannot purchase a money order with a personal check or credit card. That's Mr. Forbes letting you know. Is a money order legal tender? Pay attention, y'all. Yes, a money order would be a legitimate means of payment. In your memo line, you would want to indicate final payment or something to that effect. And if there is an account number or an invoice number associated with your transaction, you will want to put that there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is found at www.avv, V as in Victor, V as in Victor, O as in Oliver.com. Legal answers, legal-answers /r-money-order-considered-legal-tender-and-binding. That's where you go on that site. Or you can just simply type in this whole title right here, and it will take you right there to the site where you can find out that money orders are legal tender. So, when I wrote the 5 money orders to the United States Treasury, and I sent it to them certified mail with return receipt on purpose with my address in Puerto Rico, how do you think they found me in Puerto Rico? I was in hiding. I put my address on all 5 of the return receipt cards. That's why they sent the feds after me. They didn't send local police after me. They sent the feds after me. But they didn't do it because of the money orders. They never brought the money orders up. And to prove it to all of you, what did I do? The very first thing I did in court at the so-called initial arraignment was give the judge a $2 million money order. What's this? His name is ignorant, stupid, moronic Marcos Lopez. He is a magistrate judge, and you can look it up. He's a magistrate judge in San Juan, Puerto Rico at the district court. He's an ignorant, stupid son of a... Anyway, let me explain something to you about Marcos Lopez. This idiot was so stupid. I got him recused from the case, but he was so stupid. God. And I'm not saying he's stupid because I'm angry at him. I'm saying that he is stupid because that is his personality. He reminds me of Dan Quayle. Are you saying Dan Quayle is stupid? You're going to ask me that question with a serious face. Man, you must be just like him. Okay. At the arraignment, he blah, 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 blah. And I always let them blah, 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 blah. Because when I have something I'm trying to accomplish, that's all I'm concerned with. I'm not sitting up there trying to go back and forth with them. I said, I got something I need to file on the record. He said, what do you have? I said, here it is. The bailiff handed it to him. He said, what's this? I said, what does it look like? Now, if you think I'm playing, go get the transcripts. I can give you the number for the case and everything. He said, what's this? The same. Look, people, this is me. You can't talk to them like I do, so don't even try it. You'll end up getting yourself in a lot of trouble. See, they know I know how to get myself out of whatever they're trying to do. So when he says, what's this? And I say, what does it look like? Well, it says money order. I said, well, then that's what it is. Okay, the court notes this and files it into the record. Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not. The exact words, I remembered it word for word to this very day because it wasn't a lot of conversation. Then I filed at least 12 more money orders in the record. Some of them for hundreds of trillions of dollars and some of them for a couple of thousand. Quite a few of them for $400 trillion. When the deficit was $400 trillion, $600 trillion. In 2008, the national deficit with fractional reserve banking was with the $28 trillion that Congress gave those financial institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, the national deficit was over $600 trillion. So because we have hedge funds and hypothecation, okay, we have derivatives. It's because of that junk that the national deficit will never be cured. And they saw that. And remember, after 9/11, they had to stop people like me from balancing the budget. And it wasn't my intention. I was not trying to balance the national budget. You try to balance the national budget, you're interfering with commerce. You can't interfere with commerce. That's a federal crime. You don't want to ever interfere with commerce. So I wasn't trying to balance the national budget by myself. That would be a no-no. No, what I was trying to do is I was trying to pay my singular debt to society. And that's what I wrote them. Never try to balance the budget by myself. Couldn't do that. That's illegal. So I told them. And see, many of you wouldn't know that because I've had a couple of people who was emailing me at the time talking about, well, why don't we just pay the whole debt? Why don't we just pay the whole national debt with the money orders? Please. You cannot. I was only paying my debt to society. Okay? Now you learned something. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we don't care about going to jail because, see, if you use somebody else's money order, like MoneyGram or Mr. John over there, and you sign his name on it, and you can go to jail because that's fraud. Okay? So, need to understand. But you notice that's the only reason why you can go to jail. It's a misdemeanor. It's not like a check. You write a fake check and you sign somebody else's name, that's a felony. You ain't getting no misdemeanor charge. No, and notice, this has to be a money order from a different person that doesn't belong to you. That's why they wrote it that way. That's why that code, those two penal codes for California are written that way. You notice they're showing the ones for California. They're not showing the ones for the nation. Can I cash a blank money order? Say you can cash one and go to jail. It's talking about a blank money order that you find from somebody else, like a traveler's check. Now, you know they're called traveler's checks. So I need you to pay attention. There's a big difference between a money order and a check. What is the advantage of a money order? Now, although personal checks are similar, or they have similar so-called security benefits, what type of security do they offer? Well, that's not what we're here to talk about. Money orders have the advantage of being prepaid. You've heard of your exemption prepaid account? I know some of you are starting to think now. Some of you are starting to get some ideas. Some of you are starting to say, oh, that mother is a genius. Man, if we had known this back in 2012 when he brought this to our attention and he was giving us these money orders for free and they were working for him and they weren't working for us, man, we could have paid off. Exactly. But I kept trying to tell all of you. But none of you wanted to listen. You wanted to bring in all that doubt stuff. You wanted to bring in all the reasons why it shouldn't work because you didn't understand the law. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go over the law in a minute. This is going to be a pretty lengthy video. It's going to be over an hour. So just sit back and prepare. Now, some of you are not going to want to sit through the rest. It's already been 34 minutes. Some of you are not going to want to sit through the rest of this. Well, if you turn the music off, no, the music's coming back on. I need the music. The music ain't for y'all. The music is for me. Let's continue this, shall we? We're gonna highlight some stuff, okay? To do this. That's the only bad problem. Okay. Through the United States Treasury. See, we hereby accept and acknowledge. It's called an acknowledgement and acceptance. That's what we added to this mother. Okay? The other ones don't have an acknowledgement and acceptance. We got that. Hey, Rob Ryder. We got that from Rob Ryder, y'all. Rob Ryder taught us that. What you mean, Rob Ryder? He told us accept the note. Well, it's because of that we did an acceptance and acknowledgement on our payment there. That was Rob Ryder. Got to give Rob his credit because, see, unlike others, I give credit where credit is due. I still have a lot of respect for Rob. All right. Now, I got to get rid of this line that I put there because it's going to interfere with the rest of it. Now, let's get to the next point. What is the difference between a cashier's check and a money order? You know what? That's a good question. I didn't look at this one earlier, so I'm going to look at it now because I did the video earlier. And like I said, I ended up showing somebody's information that I wasn't permitted to show, so I had to do the video over again. It's going on in my head, and I think about it over and over again. I play it over and over again. So, a money order is essentially a prepaid piece of paper. That's right, a money order is a piece of paper. What does it look like? It says money order. Well, then that's what it is, you ignorant mother. Because it was on a piece of paper that I tore up into a square and wrote in pencil. Okay, that's what I handed that judge. Now, again, when I tell you, I just handed the court that piece of paper. That's it, right to travel. You got 2 days to respond. The court hasn't responded, y'all. Lord have mercy. I gotta send them their opportunity to cure their fault. Because I don't have to send it to them, but I'm going to. It's a good faith thing. Because they had 2 days. We don't need to give them no more time. They didn't give me no more time. Oh, they gave me plenty of time, but they didn't give me that type of time. This is what I do. So, handing them a piece of paper written in pencil, it was accepted on the court record. Anybody want to challenge me about a stupid money order from this day forward, they get to hear about that case where it was accepted. That's why I filed so many on the record. People, well, they could have given you 15 years for each one of them. They could have if it was illegal. But I had so many of you ignorant, people who are not my people, ignorant mother sitting up there saying that the money orders were illegal. That's why I filed them on the court record to prove to all of y'all that it wasn't. Let's continue, shall we? Again, money orders are essentially prepaid pieces of paper, similar to a check, that you get in exchange for cash. You can use them to send people money. Thank you. You can use the money order to send people money. And recipients can easily deposit them into their bank account. A cashier's check is similar to a money order, but is issued by a bank and requires a bank account. You follow me, people? Issued by a bank and requires a bank account. So let's find out what's the next. What information do I need for a money order? Let's find out if we have the information necessary for a money order. Now, by the way, people, I didn't know this was here until today when I decided to do a video to explain all this to everybody, because there's been some people who have been questioning it. That's why I told you the best document that I put together was the redemption contract, because it has a money order embedded in it, and now we've turned that into the equitable mortgage QWR redemption contract. So there are two of them. You have the redemption contract, which is basically for any debt. Then you have the mortgage equitable QWR redemption contract. Both are on the site. Did a video earlier today showing you guys how to get there. Both videos will be up at the same time. I've already put it up on the site. I haven't put the video up yet because these two videos are going up together. So as soon as I finish talking with y'all, I'm putting both videos up and I'm taking to sleep, okay? Just that simple, because it's after 10 o'clock. And remember, last night I was talking to you guys after 11 o'clock and didn't go to sleep until after 12. These are my days. I was up at 5. Was up at 5 the day before. Was up at 5 the day before that. I wake up at 5 o'clock. Like clockwork. 5 o'clock. So, when I have people sitting up here challenging me. I don't pay you idiots no mind. Because if you were better than me, then I would give you some credit. But because you are not, you get none. And I'm talking about those people who want to speak negatively about me, as if they know me, especially the little gray-haired, ignorant mother that set up there on my channel and want to talk about how I irritate people. You can, gotta watch my tongue. Sorry. Okay, fill in the recipient's name. Write your address in the purchaser section. Include your account number if you're paying a bill. Sign the bottom where it says purchaser signature. Keep your receipt. Really? That's it for a money order? Oh, dude. So all we got to do is keep a receipt, a copy, and put our name on there and put our address on there and put our account information on there and then sign it? Wait, hold on. Let's see if that's what we do. Y'all got to follow me. We got name. We even put a serial number and a date, and then we put a dollar amount. This is called a courtesy box. And as Mr. Rob Ryder has explained to us, we don't need to write it out right here. There is no law requiring that we write it out. But we do this only because we want to comport as close as possible so that the Treasury don't give us no problems. Here you are, Mr. Treasury. Here are your laws and rules that say you got to redeem this. That's what this is for. That's why it's been working for some people and not for others, because some people have known how to enforce their agreements. I had one person mention in the comment section that this redemption coupon has worked to save his home. So I asked him to contact me. He hasn't contacted me, so I removed his comment. Why would you remove his comment? Well, because I told you people, if you're going to comment on my videos, then I need to see proof. So he made a comment, and I've been asking for people, if you've been having success, you need to contact me. Let me know so I can tell it to others. And people have been telling me that they have been having success. We're going to have interviews with some of these people in the very near future on the other channel for EON. Okay, and then by doing that, you all can see, look, the hour sale money orders still work. They haven't stopped working. The redemption coupon contracts still work. They haven't stopped working. The arbitration process still works. It hasn't stopped working. None of this has stopped working. We just have a lot of people who get scared. Y'all heard me. Who get scared. Why do they get scared? Because they're afraid. Because society and the powers that be in government has made them afraid. Afraid of what? Nothing. The boogeyman. They go boo. And these people jump out of their skin. They're afraid. Just like when I was writing the money orders, people talking about there being illegal, I had no quorums about putting it on the record. Pay attention, everyone. I did it the very first time I walked into that court, which was the next morning after these idiots arrested me. I asked them for a pen and a piece of paper. A pencil and a piece of paper. I asked them for that for a reason. Okay? For a reason. The reason I asked them for that was so that I could bring that money order into the court and file it into the record and pay my debts to society. There's your bill. Well, why didn't they release you? Because I never demanded that they release me. Do you people not understand? This was not about getting released. This is about proving things. Every single time it's been about me proving something. That's not been about getting released. Lord have mercy. Somebody was asking about getting their relative out of jail. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a process to get people out of jail. It is possible. You've seen it. I've shown it to you. It is possible to get people out of jail. The way I get people out of jail is, man, I cause so many problems that they just finally say enough. Can that happen with anybody? When you do the right paperwork. Honestly, when you do the right paperwork. When you notify the proper agencies. Yes. I did the videos showing you guys what happened with Frances twice. They pulled her into court. One time they arrested her, convicted her, gave her a sentence, but she got released. Now she's doing fine, her and her husband. But, again, it is a process. They even told her, said that she talked to me again, they'd violate her probation. She's not the only one. There are several people. They have said if they talk to me, They will violate their probation. I do have something that I need to take care of that I just remembered. But that's what I've been hearing. If they talk to me, they'll violate their probation. My thing is, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm talking to you about legal issues, legal matters, can't no judge on this planet violate your probation. They cannot sit up there and say, you can't talk to me. Even if I were on probation, even if I were a felon, even if I were incarcerated, if I'm talking to you about legal matters, the court has no say-so over that. He or she doesn't have jurisdiction over legal conversations between private parties. He does have jurisdiction over individuals engaging in criminal activity and or interacting and or engaging with a known felon. But when it's a legal matter, sorry, even attorneys have had criminal records and became attorneys after they had criminal records, and they associate with known felons, people who are on probation. You just have to understand what laws they're using and what laws govern. All right, let's continue, because like I said, I'm trying to get the information to y'all because the idea was to prove to you guys that the money orders were legal tender. We've already showed you that, so don't come to me talking about, you didn't. No. How long does it take for a money order to clear? We're not concerned about that. What is the fee for a money order? Not concerned about that. Is it illegal to cash a blank money order? We've already covered that. Are businesses allowed to refuse $100 bills? We don't care about that. Can a landlord refuse to cash a payment? Technically, no. A landlord cannot refuse to cash a payment. If a payment is turned in on time, he cannot refuse it. If it's turned in after the due date, yes, he can refuse it. Okay? Now, can you tell who cashed the money order? Technically, not really. It takes a long time. Let's see. Do you need a receipt? No. Is a money order safer? No. How many money orders can I buy at once? Nope, don't worry about that. How can I pay my rent? Nobody cares. How much does it cost to get no, nobody cares. How can I get a cashier debit? No, nobody cares. How many money orders can no? What happens if cashier? No. You know what? I need to know this because we have a cashier's check that is still outstanding for 3 years, and I know it's never been cashed. So I'm interested in that answer right there. Uh-oh. It ain't opened up. Where you at? Where you at? There we go. Ooh. Money orders are safer payments, person checks, depending on where you buy the money order from. The fee for this. Nobody asked for the fee. It went up. So I was looking down. Okay, if a recipient never cashed a check, the money continues in the bank just as if it was written in a normal check. It didn't get cashed, the money will sit in your account. Okay. We didn't ask for a check. We said a cashier's check. There it is right there. And it didn't give us the answer. Oh, how do you sign a money order? Anyway, cash, money order, stolen, blah, blah, blah. Okay, those are all the answers. Uh-oh, we got a statute. Lord have mercy. I lost it. It's going to take a minute. I got to get it back. So I'll be right back. Stop it. Okay, give me a second. Be right back. There it is. Ooh, told you to be a second. Oh, we're going to go to Black's Law Dictionary for a definition. Okay? Because we need to get a definition. Black's Law Dictionary ain't the place. Oh, look at that. Whoever with the intent to defraud falsely makes, forges, counterfeits, engraves, or prints any order in imitation of or purporting to be a blank money order. Interesting, ain't it? Interesting. Falsely? Forge? Counterfeit? Engraves? Prints? Nope, sorry. None of those things have I ever done. My money orders were coming directly from my account. My money orders was directly documented. We'll talk about it in a second so you guys get a better understanding. Let's go to Black's Law Dictionary. You guys don't mind? Let's pick which one. Which of the two dictionaries shall we go? says legal definition of money order: a trustworthy instrument for payment which is purchased from a bank, post office, or other authorized entity. Really? Authorized entity? The term that is given to an order for money given by a post office or a bank. More on this topic. What is a no contact order? So I'm glad that definition is in Black's Law Dictionary, ladies and gentlemen, because a money order is an order. Do you know with every order there must be a bill? That is a maxim. With every order there must be a bill. So when the court issues an order, there is a bill somewhere associated with that order. Interesting. When you go to a restaurant, is there not always a bill associated with your order? I want you all to pay attention. You go to a restaurant and it says order pickup. May I take your order, sir? Why are you ordering them to do anything? That's exactly what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly what's going on. They are receiving orders. Pay attention now. A money order is just that. And guess what? If you were to indulge, you're giving the order. Why? Because you're the financial institution backing up the money order. Money order means any check, draft, money order, or other payment instrument. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. The Law Insider says a money order means, now let's skip check, draft, money order. You can ignore this definition because a money order cannot mean money order. It could never mean money order. You cannot define a word with a word. That is the general principles of statutory interpretation. There is no legal terminology for money order. Now, you'll say, well, no, not Black's Law, Title 18, Section 500 says blank money order. Really? Wonder when Title 18 was written. After 1932? That's right, Title 18 was the early 30s. That's when it was the so-called criminal code was put together. Well, money orders were predating that. Congress has no jurisdiction. That's why it says blank money order. Why do they say blank money order? Because people were forging traveler's checks and money orders. They were breaking into the post office, stealing the post office money order machine, and they were printing up money orders. So blank money orders. So yes, a blank money order, that is a stolen money order. I have a printer that I have nothing but blank money orders in. That can be written on. I have a bunch of blank money orders that are already pre-printed. Do I use them? No, because I don't have a reason for using them. But why aren't you using them, baby? Shut the up, God. People, I don't have the time to enforce my instruments. I'm too busy showing this stuff to you guys. I don't have the time to put together the paperwork. It took me 4 hours to change the, what's the name of those the contracts. Not to mention the almost week and a half it took me to change them initially. But I had to change, it took me literally hours to change the equitable mortgage QWR contract. And then I had to update the website reflecting that QWR and put the links to the QWR so that you guys can have the QWR. And here's the thing. I've been so busy I couldn't remember to tell you that the QWR needed to go there. Now, wait a minute. I need you guys to understand where we at, because they don't know who we be. Restore session. Of course I want to restore session. I hope you're going to bring me back to where I was. Oh, God, I didn't mean for you to open up no other page. Oh, God. Nope. No. Gotta go. Because those are not what I need. This is where I was supposed to be. Okay, don't want you. Truth sets you free. This is not what I was looking for. There's an actual page that I had that dealt with laws. Let me see if I can pull it up again. Y'all will give me 1 second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the clock, if you paid attention to the clock, that took a good while for me to realize something. The document I was looking for was right here in front of me. It's this document right here. I thought it was a web page, but it isn't a web page. It's this document. Let's cover some things on this page, okay? Baby, 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 baby. I guess they care. $250 seems about right. Let's slide on over. You know, I've heard some things about Casey and JoJo. People have said some negative things about that duel. And you know what? I simply don't care. I likes them. They sang. And I likes the way they sang. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, they talk about how the federal government took lawful money out of circulation in 1933. It says, pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. I want you, this is not my document. This is what someone else printed up. And I agree with them wholeheartedly because this is what I've been saying to people all this time. Pay attention. And look, stay away from 192. HJR 192. It's not HJR 192. It's the June 5th and 6th Act of 1933. That hasn't been repealed. That's the actual act. Okay? A proclamation is not an act. It's just a bill. Okay. Whew. So glad. Baby, 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 baby. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, they provided a remedy. Okay, in the January 5th and 6th Act of 1933. That's what should be here. And in parts of the United States, that the federal government will discharge all of your debts, both public and private, dollar for dollar. Now, this has been one of the best kept secrets in this bankrupt nation. I keep telling you, everyone, you can discharge your debts. All of them. Legally. I've already shown you how in the tax code it's already there for you to write everything off. I didn't create that. That wasn't me. I've been taught this all my life. The people, let me see if I can explain it to you. My brothers and sisters probably won't even recognize this if I were to go to them and say, do you remember? But my father would go, and the guy, he was a drunk. He drank. He sat on the corner all the time with his friends and talked. He drank. It wasn't Willie. His name was Willie. It wasn't him. He's just like Wildrow from the Red Fox Sanford and Son show. Okay, he's just like that Wildrow, but somebody ended up stabbing him and killing him. But it wasn't him. Ladies and gentlemen, it was the friends that he sat and drank with. These are the things that they would sit and talk about. And my father would go around them. Okay? He knew Willie, and he would go and speak to Willie. Willie was, you might want to say he was somewhat of a friend. And my father wouldn't spend all day with them. They wouldn't kick it and hang it. They would just have short conversations. But the people who were around would engage my father in conversation, pretty much like people do me today. They would start a conversation, and then we would start talking about this stuff. Well, my father would be talking about this stuff, but you know what? I don't remember my father telling me anything about this. I do remember him and his friends talking about it. And I would be allowed to stand and listen. Couldn't talk, couldn't speak up, and I didn't want to because it wasn't a conversation I knew anything about. It wasn't until I was a teenager that the adults started letting me be a part of the conversation. Okay? And you heard me, the adults. Ladies and gentlemen, they took everything, including all property and title to property, and left us with only an ability to discharge debt and create money through our signature, and they never bothered to tell us. Now, some people will read this, and this is what they will say in court. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't get to say this in court. You can't prove any of this. So how do you take care of it? I have an account with the U.S. Treasury. Oh, no, I can prove I have a Treasury Trust Fund. I can even prove that I have a United States Social Security Trust Fund. Okay? That they're holding funds in my name. I can prove this because it's already written in the law. What do you think the U.S. trustees are there for? No. Hold on now. Don't listen to what they're telling you the U.S. trustees are there for. They're not there for bankruptcy. The U.S. trustees are not bankruptcy trustees. Go ahead. Well, yes, they are bankruptcy trustees because the United States is bankrupt. Ah, so now you get it. That those trustees have been put there purposely because the United States is in bankruptcy and they're there to protect the people. But the people don't know how to access them. Isn't it their office who helps you in bankruptcy court to lose? Because you don't know what's going on? Because you don't know how to discharge your debt properly? So you're a blight on society? Let's go ahead and finish reading. Create the money in the account, and this has been the case since 1933. The banks have a monopoly on our credit, and for this service, they charge principal and interest on non-existing money. All the time, giving the impression that they lent us their money, and this is fraud because they never revealed where the money came from. Out of thin air. It's digital currency. It's been digital currency since 1933. Digital currency since 19... There was no... Yes, there were computers in 1933. Just not like we think of computers. Yes, there were typewriters in 1933. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. This is their notice of acceptance. See? Acknowledgement and acceptance. See? Look. Here's your acknowledgement. Have knowledge of the fact. Declare the statement here to be true and correct. Now, these are the statement of facts that they put together. Now, I want y'all to pay attention because they put laws in here. This document is on our website, so it's called the Bankruptcy of the United States. Okay? Now, I believe you might be able to find the Bankruptcy of the United States.http, but I'm not sure. Okay. Issued under the authority and in accordance of the official definition of the United States Code, legal tender. What's issued under the authority? Well, I would actually put an hour-style money order in something like this. I never looked at this document before. But, ladies and gentlemen, let me do you a favor. Every time, y'all know who this is, don't y'all? You want to do... You want the June 5th and 6th Act of 1933. That's called the Gold Obligation Act. That is what HJR 192 became. That's when it became law. Okay, it was June 5th and 6th. It was the 73rd Congress. Okay? That's all you got to do is look that up. June 5th and 6th Act. Just type it in Google of 1933, and you'll see that it is HJR 192. So, HJR 192 is a resolution. It's a bill. It is not law. I'm so glad you understand. Okay. And this is where they created this thing called public policy. There was no expansion of credit because you got to remember, all of the property of the United States, all of the money of the United States is backed by the what? People. Let's prove it. Let's go to the U.S. bankruptcy document. U.S. bankruptcy, all one word. This is on our website as well. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to find... What we're going to find is property. Let's do that. Property of the... Let's see what it gives us. I don't know if it's going to give me anything. Oh, that's navigation. Private property. A property of their economic slaves. No, I don't want that one. We got to get some better. This is Aaliyah. Are you that somebody? This is a song, y'all. Okay, this is about Dirty South. Dirty South. Dirty, dirty, dirty South, y'all. That's what this is. Dirty South. Y'all know what y'all gonna miss Aaliyah because I gotta pause y'all. At times I'm naughty, naughty. Or say no. Yeah, that's because I turned you guys back on and it's messing up. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to pay attention to something. This is the quote from the Treasury websites that Federal Reserve notes are not redeemable in any currency. They have no backing by anything. Now, why is that the case? Well, it's been the case since 1933. They have not hidden that from anybody. See, although we keep hearing that things are being hidden, they're not hiding this. Okay, but this is the section of the document that I wanted to take you to. The first thing is, what you guys need to understand in court, you don't need the case law, you need the words of the case law. That the banks intentionally created fraud in a factum. It appears they did this by withholding from the plaintiff vital information concerning the debt and the matrix involved in making the loan. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. Whenever you are making a statement in court, you always use phrases like it appears, or it is perceived, or it is believed. Why? Because they say you don't have a right to come to conclusions. Now, I, on the other hand, say, oh, yes, I do. If a judge has the right to come to a conclusion, so do I. If ignorance of the law is no excuse, then we all have the responsibility of knowing law. So we can all come to conclusions of law. Okay? So let's go on down to the section I'm trying to find. I'm looking for one section, so y'all have to, right here, this is where we're going to get to. Mr. Speaker, we're now here in Chapter 11. Members of Congress are the official trustees presiding over the greatest reorganization of any bankrupt entity in the world's history, the United States government. We're setting forth, hopefully, a blueprint for our future. Although there are some that say it's a coroner's report that will lead to our demise. Ladies and gentlemen, and in this document was Presidential Proclamation 2039, which says right here, so that you'll know, because this is me proving what I said I was going to prove. As used in this order, the term banking institution shall include, pay attention, shall include means it includes all of this plus this: persons engaged in the business of receiving deposits, making loans, discounting business paper, or transacting any other form of banking. You're a banking institution. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Then we go here. This is where we're going. Ladies and gentlemen, the ownership of all property is not in the state. Now, see, I added the word not. So the original congressional notes from the 73rd Congress said that the ownership of all property is in the state, and that the individual so-called ownership is only by virtue of government, i.e. law amounting to mere user, and that the use must be in accordance with law, subordinate to the necessities of the state. Okay, here is the point you need to understand. Every piece of property is backed by this. This is how we know that you have credit with the government. Pay attention. Under the new law, the money is issued to the banks in return for government obligations. The money will be worth 100 cents on the dollar because it is backed by the credit of the nation. But where does the credit of the nation come from? Does it not come from the people? The credit of the nation comes from the people. That it represents a mortgage on all the homes of the people of the nation. The credit of the nation. The full faith and credit of the United States comes from the people. So if the full faith and credit of the United States come from the people, then that means you have credit with the United States. Pay attention to me. So that means that the Treasury is holding that credit for you. That means you get to call in that marker on that credit that's been identified by the United States Treasury. Ladies and gentlemen, you can document by using the law. Now this is the corporate contract. When you go under all the contracts, look on the website, the PDF section, go under the contracts, and you will see this is the corporate contract. This is in that document. This is taken directly from these laws. That's why it's listed there. I highlighted the red because that's the most important. That the new law, which is the March 9, 1933 Act, represents a mortgage on all the homes and all the people of the nation. We already listened to this song. That's because I have it up here twice, and that's why it came on again. So bye-bye, Casey. That's the one with Babyface in them. That's what we came back to when I left y'all on hold. Nuh-uh, we already done heard too much of you today. You just keep coming on up. Oh no, we ain't heard too much of this. This is this is a drama. No, we ain't playing dramas right now. This is the one we heard too much of. Nah, I don't feel like listening to Lionel, and sorry guys, I've heard way too much of him. And this is royalty-free music. Nah, we don't need to listen to that right now. We need some royalties. This is Al Green, and he's singing Chariots of Fire. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it represents a mortgage on all the homes and all the people of the United States, of the nation. It's a mortgage on the people. What permission did they get to put a mortgage on you? So if they have a mortgage on you, aren't you collecting interest? Remember, they trade mortgages on the market. So you are being traded on the stock market. Don't take my word for it. Listen to what they say. Mortgages are traded on the market. They're called mortgage-backed securities. So when you hear that they're trading you on the market, it's not far-fetched. Now, you must get them to prove that they're not. So don't say that they are. Just presume that they are. You don't need proof that they are. You can operate under the presumption that they are based on their own statements. These are statements from their own actual records. Okay, resolved by the Senate and the House representing the United States Congress assembled that every provision, that's Section A, every provision contained or made with respect to any obligation which purports to give the obligee the right to require payment in gold or a particular kind of coin or currency or in an amount of money in the United States measured thereby is declared to be against public policy, and no such provision shall be contained in or made with respect to any obligation hereinafter occurred. Every obligation hereafter, pay attention. They said that this ain't supposed to happen. Then right after they say it ain't supposed to happen, they make it happen. Every obligation hereinafter incurred, whether or not any such provision is contained. See, whether or not. Well, they just said if it contains it, then it can never happen. Now they say it doesn't matter. Okay, shall be discharged upon payment. Well, how do you make a payment? You tender it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you make a payment. You tender payment. Which is why the hour-style money orders were created. They even said tender a payment when we first created them. Dollar for dollar in any such coin or currency. The money orders are currency. They're traded. The banks trade them on the market, which at the time of payment is legal tender for public and private debts. Go ahead and take a look. Money orders and legal tender. You don't need permission. Not for those money orders. That's why we put it in here. That's why it's in that document. Anybody want to argue? That's where the law is. So when I tell you guys the hour-style money orders still work, I know for a fact that they do. What you need to do is stop sitting up here trying to convince yourself that they don't work, because that's your problem. You feel me? No, you don't feel me though. Wait, this is supposed to be print layout? Then why this all the way to the edge? That don't make no sense. I think it's because I got it so blown up is why. So let me see. Yeah, see, that's better, because that's how the document really looks. But when I do it this way, it's all the way to the edge, and I can't believe that. You know what I'm saying? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause Al Green. I'm going to do the same thing I did in the last video because we're at an hour, 17 minutes and late. Ladies and gentlemen, please understand that this is 4 hours of me doing videos today. 4 hours. 4. One video I had to redo because I showed some information. So when I tell people the amount of time this takes, which is why there's no production in the videos, because it does take too much time. Now, this is not for wasteless hours of my day, because I also benefit from this the same as you. The fact that I'm talking about it, it reinforces the information in my head. But as I told you, I had a long day. Found out that somebody broke into a storage container where we had a lot of company paperwork and company stuff, tools, as well as electronic equipment, and they broke in. And I did not know. I thought that the facility actually cut my lock because they didn't like the lock, but this was supposed to be rated 10, which is supposed to be the #1 best type of lock. Next thing you know, I didn't even have the locker for 7 days, and it had been broken into. Not even 7 days. Now, pay attention. Mine is not the only lock like that in there. There are other locks like it, so my opinion is perhaps the staff did it because they simply didn't like the fact that I did not use their insurance, that I used our own company insurance. Because it was company items inside the locker. And that I didn't use their lock. That we went in, we purchased a lock that was rated for such a facility. Interesting, ain't it? So, I got welcome to the neighborhood. Interesting, ain't it? And it's not a color-friendly neighborhood. You'll have other people say, no, that's not it. I don't want to hear it. I've been this skin color my entire life. I know what I'm walking into. See, a lot of people think it's a race card or anything like that. Please, people, we've been through way too much. to sit up there and not know where we is. We know what environment we're in just the moment we step there. We can, oh God, I can smell that in the air. Okay? We can smell stupidity. It doesn't take a lot. So that was my morning. Then I had a problem with, remember Word kept giving me a problem? Wasn't able to open up documents. Well, I found out what it was. It was a provision. And when I went to YouTube to find out how to stop the problem, YouTube's answer wasn't even there. I had to go into the actual Windows program and uncheck certain things, and I had to figure it out on my own. It took 2 days. It took 6 hours. 6 hours on Saturday just to use the Microsoft Toolkit to remove Windows from my computer. Windows that had PowerPoint and all of that. Well, I don't have PowerPoint anymore. I don't have Microsoft Outlook. I don't have Excel because I put this version of Windows on here because I thought it would make a difference. I thought it was that version. Now, I could go back to the other one, but I don't know yet. Don't know yet because, like I said, it took a lot of time, and I'm running out of time to do a lot of things. I have insurance claims to file. I have police reports to file. And then I have to also take care of our corporations. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 15 corporations. Only 4 of them are viable right now. 4 of them are actually working. Please understand, we survived COVID. Go ahead and look at all the other companies that needed help. Needed to do PPPs, payroll protection program. They needed to file for grants from the government to stay afloat. We survived. We survived because of all of you. And so I say thank you. I want to thank again at the end of this video because I'm making it a point to say thank you at the end of every video for those of you who contributed, those of you who donate. There's going to come a time when I'm going to take that donate button off completely. You will not be able to send me nothing. Those of you who know me, you understand that. We've done that before, where people wanting to send me stuff and send me money and all of that stuff, and I've told you no. Said there is no way to donate to me. I don't do this for that. But because I have so many people interfering with my finances right now, including the Department of Corrections and the wonderful place where you got canteen or items, TVs and all that stuff, they still owe me about $600. They just paid $300 today in a check, but they owe $600 more. And now I got to deposit that check and got to find out how to deposit in the bank that I have, which is going to be interesting. So when I mention to people that there is over $10,000 out there that's supposed to have come back my way that I'm going to have to fight for, and they gave me a hard time even to get that, and they still, even when they sent it, they didn't even document anything. They just said here, literally. So I have a lot of things that I have to take care of, but some of you are going to understand, some of you are not. But as I told the person who was my landlord, I said, I have to take care of this first, that I had to do this video. That's why this video, just this video alone, has taken over 3 hours. Because the first video was a little bit longer because it went into more detail about all. That's how I already knew what the page said about certain things, because I had already done the video. I had not looked up money order since 2012. That's how I know it was originally United States Post Office, because I did research on that. So there was no regulation by Congress that authorized money orders. It was just the post office issued a money order, because that's all it is. It's being issued by the authority of an institution. That's why it's an order. Well, you are a banking institution. You get to issue an order. So let me make sure you understand this again, ladies and gentlemen. The pay to the order section on a check is the pay attention. The pay to the order section on a check is the endorsement. Your signature is not the endorsement. Okay? That's why you see it says pay or pledge to the order of without recourse. When you put without recourse in your money orders, look up without recourse, people. Find out why that is necessary to put on that loan, on that line. Find out why it is necessary. The word loan came from Penny Mac Loan Services because we have a suit against Penny Mac. Their name is not on here because they're somebody. Their name is on here because I just put it on there. Before any suit, remember, this was on here 2018, before they even thought about trying to sue us. So, and you see the date up there, 2019, 3/1. Okay, before they even thought about it. Well, I always put the day in advance. That's why you see March, was it May 31st? Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, the hour style money orders still work. Many of you are going to want to go in and you want to argue with people. The issue is not argue. The issue is when you send a money order out, make a copy of it. Make a copy of it. Have proof that you sent it out. And then default them. How do you default them? Hey, I sent you a payment. I haven't seen the account credited. I'm going to need a 1099 so as to file my taxes. Thank you. Oh, and could you please verify the debt? The law says that I have a right to have the debt verified and validated, and I choose to have both. Thank you. Hey guys, y'all have a good day. Peace out. And that's how I would do mine. Now look, I know is it after 11? Of course it is. So I'm also feeling the fatigue. So it's time for me to get off of this computer. As I told you guys, I know for a fact that the money orders still work. I know for a fact that the money orders are legal. I know what a money order is. I've known it since I called it a money order. Remember, I called it a money order and I called it a coupon. Why call it a coupon? Because a coupon is redeemable. And look at Section 12 of the United States Code, number 411, Section 411. You'll see that it says it shall be redeemed for value and receivable at any Federal Reserve Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a coupon. It's redeemable. It complies with Section 411. That's why it says 12 U.S.C. 411 is the remedy, and I elect to use such a remedy. There is a reason for every single word on this document. You see, it says discharging of government obligations. It says that for a reason, and that's where you put the account number. But remember, they said they want you to put final payment. They want you to put final payment, so I'm going to suggest that that's exactly what you do. On that line, put final payment, because guess what? The account number is already associated with it right here. See, account information go here. Okay? So that's what I would do. You want to get rid of your debt? Start sending out the money orders with the contracts. They have an arbitration clause. That's what the arbitration clause is for. Many of you are not understanding arbitration, and I just did the last video trying to explain arbitration to you. So it is my hope, I want you all to pay attention. It is my hope that you all will do a little bit more research on arbitration. The courts do not get to determine who is or who is not an arbitrator. There is no law permitting that. The courts have been wanting to determine who is and who isn't an arbitrator. They've been wanting control of that. I don't think they should have control of that. The law doesn't say they should have control of that, but they want control of that. So the idea is we have to take away that control. And we have the right to take away that control. How? SAA ain't going nowhere. The EEON Arbitration Association ain't going nowhere. There is even one more arbitration association. These are not the limited ones. There's one more. So this is me letting you know, we're not going nowhere. As we told you guys about the website, the law says that arbitration is legal. Oh God, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to show you this document. We went through all that trouble pulling up this document and I didn't even cover it once. Actually, Not true. I did. When I just covered that section, Mr. Speaker, see that right there in blue? And then this talks about the resolution adopted by the Federal Reserve, March 3rd, 1933. Same exact thing that President Franklin Delano Roosevelt said. Same exact words. Herbert Hoover said the same thing that Franklin Delano Roosevelt. President Roosevelt issued Proclamation 2039. Okay? March 5th, he ordered Congress to a special session with Proclamation 2038. The war and emergency powers. There are a lot of people who are saying that this ain't, that ain't what this is. Ladies and gentlemen, you want an education? This is the document you should be going over. Being enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of Congress assembled. Congress hereby declares a serious emergency that exists and that is imperatively necessary to speedily put into effect remedies of uniform national application. Now, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Why would they do this for the whole nation? Because they were in a national bankruptcy. See? They declared a national emergency. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I take over this document. Now, some of the stuff we've said and we can prove it's not exactly accurate, but for the majority of this document, the laws are right there. They say what they say. The October 6, 1917 Act, well, that's the original Trading with the Enemies Act. It's called the October 6, 1917 Act. Then March 9, 1933 was the amendment to the October 6, 1917 Act. Okay? So it said, so the president still has the authority as it was granted originally in 1917 and later modified in 1933. Like I said, the information is for the most part accurate. Okay? The effects of this emergency powers is that all Americans are now part of the Trading with the Enemies Act as amended in 1933. The significance of this change will be apparent shortly. And then they talk about the holiday. So go and read this. This is the premise that will help you to understand that there is no money, it is only credit. And that you are, with the money order, relying on your credit. That is the foundation of the money order. I've been saying it from the beginning. There's a difference between debt and credit. The government operates on debits and credits. You, using the cash method, operate off debt and profit. You operate on the cash money system. Cash money is not the way to go. You want to deal with credit. You want to be on credit. Credit is the way to go. Credit is your friend. Credit, 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 credit. You want credit. Keep that in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have to go. I'm glad we had this time together. I'm glad you stayed here and tagged along. Thank you. Again, if you would like to donate, you can help things go a long way in facilitating an opportunity of putting something together to where I can be able to put this information together in a more condensed format, shorter format, bring it straight to the point, show you all the laws, and give you the wording you will need. See, the reason why we don't give you guys exact phrases to say, because once you start saying those exact phrases, they will do like I do. They will come up with a way to counter your exact phrase. See, they can't counter the contracts. They have been trying to counter the contracts, but they can't because they cannot find a flaw in the contract. Because the contract clearly states if one provision is deemed invalid, it doesn't invalidate any other provision. You feel me? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let you guys get back to your lives. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good life. Goodbye.